And now I want to show you how to use My Library in Google Scholar. So you're searching for stuff. We'll say student startups. And we find some items that we like, and we say, okay, that's cool. And we want, a couple other of these items as well. We click the star, and as I mentioned before, it takes it and puts it in your library. So you click My Library, and you'll notice the first three things here were those three items I just selected. So it just makes a list of everything you've ever selected, and it's all here in your library. But you'll notice some of these items have these little tags on them, like these ones say entrepreneurism. And that's because you can create little tags or folders, if you prefer to think of it that way, in your library. So in this version of My Library, I have an entrepreneurism folder and a gig economy folder. In my paper, maybe it's generally about this, but maybe there's a section about the gig economy. And as you organize your paper, these labels are going to be helpful in helping you kind of place which articles go to which part of the paper. But these last three, they were about startups. And so I'm going to tag them with the entrepreneurism label. And we hit apply. This button here, you can select everything or deselect everything. Once you've selected an item, you can edit the information about that item. Oops. There we go, pop up. And it tells you it's a book. And if you want to add information or change information, you can. The only reason that's helpful is, well, one, maybe it helps you for citing it, but also maybe when you're going to export it to one of these citation or reference software programs, and you want it to export with a different customized bit of information. Most of you probably won't use that. But if you decide that these labels aren't exactly how you want them, click Manage Labels. Takes you over here. These are your folders, your labels. And I'm going to say, oh, it's not just entrepreneurism, it's student entrepreneurism, because I'm getting more focused, right? Maybe I delete the articles that aren't about students and their and so now I've got it more narrowed down. And then I'm like, well, maybe I'm going to abandon the gig economy thing. So I hit delete, and now I don't have the gig economy label. But what I do want to point out is if you get rid of that label, and then we go back, you'll notice a bunch of stuff that, let's see, where's something about the gig economy? Here we go. There's no label about gig economy, but the items are still in my library. So if you want to get rid of the items as well, you just click that, delete them, they come right out of your library. And between these tools, when you're searching in Google Scholar, you get so many results. It can be really helpful to just save items in your library and come back to it later. As long as you're logged into your Gmail or your Google account, this is going to exist for you. And you can log in on any computer that has online access, and your library will be there. So do take use of this in collecting your articles. It'll save you a ton of time, and it's super handy. Best of all, it's free.